In this video, I'll show you the different visual settings that you can apply to the Semantic for Rhino visual in Power BI. Beneath the Format Your Visual tab, you'll see that we have options for adjusting each of these drop-down menus settings below. Beneath Rendering, we have the option to change the lighting style to flat. It should be shaded by default, or to soft shadows. We have the option to adjust anti-aliasing. You can see how that affects the clarity of the visual as it's being changed. We can change the projection to orthographic or a straight view. In a straight ahead view mode, like top, back, left, right, you're not able to orbit the view. Beneath data style, we have the option to change the visibility of the model. It's set to faces and edges by default. You can change it to faces only, which will turn off the edges. You can change it to edges only, and currently those edges are set to white, so we'll have to change the color of them to be able to see them against the white background. We can change the color style to from source model, which will pull in the color data that Semantic has exported. And the values that you're seeing here are colors that were created in Grasshopper using a gradient and assigned to each of these objects using Semantic write properties in Grasshopper. You can also change it to categorical, which will choose colors by default for each of the different categories that have been set. So if we go back to the Build Your Visual tab, you can see that beneath the category area, we've placed the layer field. So it's coloring each of these objects by its layer, and it's using a default color that Power BI has selected. So we have the ability to go in and change these colors to things that are maybe a bit more appealing. Or that work with our color scheme. Beneath Views, you have the ability to adjust the view layout. To get views to function, you'll need to add a field to this Views area. So if we, again, use Layer, it will now split up the model into 3 different views based on the different layers of information that are available. So if we go back to Views, we can change the order of the layout direction. We can change the number of views per page. So if I change this to 1 view per page, it will change this to 1, and then it will allow you to page through. You can link view cameras here. You can show labels for each of the views. You can adjust the label size for those and the color. So now we can see it's appearing here in the bottom corner. If we increase this to 3, we should see the view label for each of the views in the corner. You can place that in the center. You can change the font to anything that you like. And you can reset this by just clicking the Reset to Default. Beneath the General tab, these properties are typical to Power BI visuals in general. One that's worth noting is beneath the Effects panel, you can change the background. You can make this be any color that you like. You can also adjust its transparency. So if it's over another visual, you would still be able to read through. You could create some nice layering effects that way, or you could leave it at full opacity. And the rest of these are pretty self-explanatory. This video has covered the visual property settings that are available for Semantic and Power BI.